window, whether it is going into your garden, if you have a small garden or somewhere where you can go and get some fresh air. It's so vital for the brain that it continues to sort of engage with as much of the outside environment as is possible and as is within the restrictions that have been placed on us to keep other people healthy. So for example, I try to make sure I go outside and water my flowers, or water the grass, or just look at the garden and sort of take in some fresh air. And I also try and do some exercise indoors or sometimes even outdoors, right? So again, within the safety restrictions that have been placed on us, it's so important that you do, for me, I do the things that don't then put me into grip. And for other people, it may be other things. It may be observing, like I said, that you are starting to have very negative a negative sense of the outside world, and you're starting to question. And if you find yourself in that space, find a hotline, find somebody you can talk to, call someone, so that you can start to work through those emotions and thoughts. The third thing I wanted to say is that find the power in talking to yourself. There is an absolute psychological advantage that comes from talking to yourself. Now, many people think talking to yourself is you losing your mind, and that's actually not true. The science actually shows us that when we talk to ourselves, what we do is we create a self-distance that then allows us to self-motivate, that allows us to curb loneliness, and actually the auditory effect of hearing a voice, literally when there's an absence of voices, is so powerful. So I would really encourage you to get into the habit of talking to yourself. I literally, and to talk to yourself in the third person. So I literally will go, for example, Rachel, you've been sitting on the couch for too long. Get up and go outside and do something. Rachel, time to go make a meal. Rachel, make sure you take advantage of the power while it's still here to make your meal and put it in the refrigerator, etc., etc. So it's so important to create that engagement with the self. Now, of course, this is very different from imagining that there's 2 or 3 of you in the room. There's actually only one of you, and you are actively using self-talk as a way of self-motivating and breaking the silence in the room. So this is quite vital, and is something that I actually suggest you do. And of course, apart from that is when you have the means to reach out to people so you can actually consistently hear voices as well. Our brains are very social brains, even for those of us who are recluses. Our brains are social brains, so they need to engage. They need to know that they are surrounded by community. For some of us, it's just, we need a crowd of 2 or 3. For some of us, it's a crowd of 30. It doesn't matter what size of the crowd you need. The brain is a social brain, and so it's important for it to feel like it's still part of social engagement. So don't self-isolate in a way that becomes unhealthy. And the last thing I wanted to say is that there's a real opportunity for us to really be present with this moment. I hear so many people say, when this is over, such and such, when this is over, I will do A, B, C, D, E. And that puts us in a position where we potentially sleep our way through this, watch TV through this. And that makes us very passive through this process. And what I would like to invite you into is the possibility of deeply engaging with this moment, of really being with these moments and using them to cultivate your agency, cultivate your being an active participant in the world, asking yourself questions about what this means, asking yourself how you would like to transform through this process, and really starting to engage with the behaviors that allow you to transform. Like I said, sitting with your values, the kinds of decision-making pattern you're in right now, the kinds of relationships, Are you in the right career? This is an incredible opportunity for you to really be fully present with this moment, to be in the passage and to engage with it versus waiting for the end of the passage to come. And so for me, that I really am inviting you into not being sort of the person who's waiting for it to all end, but who is seeing the possibilities that lie in being fully present with the passage of this specific moment in time. So I hope that this is helpful to somebody. I really just wanted to let you know that there are many of us who are going through what you're going through. There are many of us who are in the same situation that you're in, and you are important, you are loved, you are vital for the world's dynamics. You are a contributor, you're an agent. And so see the gift that is in this for you, and use it to the best of your advantage, and let's really make the best of this moment. But yeah, for those of us who are alone, be encouraged, be motivated, and I will continue to support you. I would like to continue to speak with you, so please reach out if you have any questions on our social media pages, Rachel Nyaradzo Adams at Narachi Leadership. We're going to have a number of Instagram lives and Facebook lives that we'll do in the coming week that we're just lining up. So I hope that we can continue to be in communication and to see the beauty and the gift that comes with this moment, despite all the struggles that it has also brought. I wish you well. The sun is about to start setting here soon, I think. So, oh, and I'm late for a call, so I have to go. But thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and I wish you well. Bless.